Okay, hello.
Hello. Hello.
You know what? I don't see the chat either.
There we are.
Hi.
Megan, how are you?
I'm gonna have to mess with this a little bit. I don't have a chat either.
Oh.
Okay, there it is.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Howdy. Hi. All right, now I see it. What is the deal? There's too much shit I gotta fit on my screen right now. That's the problem. And still see what I'm doing. Nope, that's not gonna work. Son of a bitch. It's your first time watching Twitch? Oh, welcome. Oh god, what happened? What the hell just happened? Discord? Where did you guys go? I think I just lost everybody.
I can see me, but I can't see you two.
What in the actual hell? Alright, everybody. Time out. We'll be back. Fuck. Alright, we're back, but Eric's gone. He'll have to rejoin. What are they? Aaron lost it. Technical issues, yes? My first Twitch has started well. Oh. Oh man, classic. This is fucking classic. Thank you, J-Ham. And we're back, yes. Oh my god. But where's Eric? Here, let me message him and tell him he can rejoin. Sorry, everybody. You just have to entertain yourselves or something. I don't know. Lisa, do a dance or something. She's like, no.
What the Egyptian? But I don't know. I can't dance.
When you're ready. He's still in the group, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. I don't need that open. Anyways, yeah, hi, welcome everybody. Yay! I'll sing my folk tales of the cats. Okay. Too bad you can't do audio. Oh, thank you, both of you, for subscribing. You're awesome. Sorry, just catching up on what I missed here. Cool. Hi, my Wi-Fi is... Oh, your Wi-Fi is crap. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. We can't see you. It's gone by. There he is. He's back. Yay, we're back. Look at us.
I'm sorry. I think I figured out the maelstrom of problems I was just having. I think it's over. Sorry about that.
No, you're all good. Like, we all, like, our videos all disappeared, so it wasn't just you. Alright. Maybe we should just get going. Are we good? Are we ready to keep everybody's good to go? Okay, cool. This is a reminder, everybody, the theme was Book Nook, which you didn't have to actually make a Book Nook, it just sounded good, but the main theme was just making something from a novel, a fiction piece. Could have been a character, or more representation of a book in general, but yeah, and lots of good entries, so let's get going. Up first, we have Bard the... Oh, God, here we go again with Aaron not knowing what they're called. Bard the Painter. With, obviously, Gollum. Very cool. Actually, like, those eyes are incredible. Absolutely incredible. I really like this moody shot, too. And a very old Lord of the Rings book. I actually had... Okay, sorry to digress, but... There's the old books of the Lord of the Rings where all three of the covers made one big picture. And I actually have a poster that's like a whole wall size of the whole image. It's so friggin' cool. It's like from the 70s. It's awesome, but that reminds me of that. Yeah. Can you guys see it yet? Or are you that far behind?
No, I can see it. No,
Okay, cool.
I did like this one. The details on the eyes was very good. Certainly brought him to life. You can always hear him talking. But yeah, the skin was very nicely painted as well. So yeah, it was very, very good. Very well done.
Oh God, yeah. It's like it looks exactly like it. I mean, not just obviously the bust is a nice bust, but like the paint job totally brought him to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, the eyes definitely are what draw you in, I think, which is obvious. It's like window to the soul kind of thing. But they're painted so well as to like really give the impression that that's how you feel when looking at it. Yeah, totally like true to life character sculpt. The bust is great, painted very well. Love it.
We wants it. Exactly. Yeah, really nicely done. All right, up next we have Big Kitty Paints, and this is from the Gunslinger, aka second book of the Dark Tower series, so it's drawing of the 3, right? Anyways, so anybody who doesn't know, that's the main character from the series, Roland, and this is a very specific point in the book, and they did a really good job of it, and I like that they added the quotes in, which is what that creature that he created, they like say that, and it's fucking creepy. It's a really good part of the book. So awesome. Good choice in the novel. Really cool little diorama that they made for it.
Yeah, I don't know the book, I'm afraid. I don't read a lot of Stephen King. But no, I did like this sort of the layout of the whole piece was really good. I like how the background blends into the foreground. So yeah, it's nicely done.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Fun fact, I'm from Maine, and I have met Stephen King multiple times. And I live not far from him when I was growing up. And now I live in where he grew up. So that's kind of a cool parallel. But yeah, I haven't read the Dark Tower series. I have heard nothing but amazing things about it from people who have read it. And this just makes me want to read it more, like the weirdness of those like phonetic sounds being said. I love that. It's very bizarre. I love the like weird fantasy Western vibe of the Dark Tower, and I feel like this has a lot of that. So it's very cool. Even if I don't like, I read the first issue of like the Dark Tower graphic novel, which was done obviously after, and I'm sure is like a very concise amount of writing compared to the book. But it gave a lot of visual comparisons and stuff to like what was being said in the books, I'm sure. And it's really cool to see someone else's sort of rendition or take on the setting. And it just anytime I see stuff about it, it makes me want to explore it further.
Okay, that makes me want to read these graphic novels, or just suggest that people that don't have the time to get into like 6 or 7 huge books. That's really maybe a great way to experience the story, and at least in a concise form.
Yeah, they're beautifully illustrated too, like really, really high end drawings and paintings. So
hey, Jonathan.
For sure.
Oh no, ladies. No. I guess, oh yeah, by the way, I didn't introduce, I think everybody knows Lisa Goldfinch Minis always does these streams with me, but this time we have Erik, Grimdark Tales, joining us. He was a guest judge last month, and he's stayed on for this month too, because he's awesome. Yeah. So sorry I didn't introduce you, Erik, but
that's fine. And my gender was almost assumed a second ago, but it was redacted, so I feel okay about what's happened here.
All right, okay. Up next we have Broken Wolf 668, and you'll have to forgive me because I don't know what this character is from. I could look it up, but I know he's like a librarian scholar type character, which is super appropriate because he's from a book, but he also is like literary dude.
It's another Black Library one, isn't it?
I
think.
I'll wait for Eric to point it out. Oh, there's Uber Amos, Eisenhorn. Okay.
Oh, Eisenhorn, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, so Eisenhorn is... There are a handful of Black Library book series that are sort of like, you know, cream of the crop. I would say the Eisenhorn series and the Gaunt's Ghost series are at the top of this, and we'll be seeing some Gaunt's Ghost related stuff in a bit. But yeah, Inquisitor Eisenhorn series is amazing. This is a really cool rendition of a character who's like not only scholastic in nature, but is from a book series. So it's like a meta win for relevance.
Yeah, I like that. And it's really nicely painted. Great colors.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that what is on the ground? Is that an egg? It looks like a fucking egg, like 3 cracked eggs. Am I wrong? What's on the ground?
It does look like 3 cracked eggs.
I think it's just sort of like a light, maybe.
Broken Wolf, Chris, tell us what that is, please.
It probably has some reference that I'm not remembering
okay,
from the book series.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, yeah, no, I can tell now. You know what it's hard to tell in pictures. Nice, is that a custom build? Is it? I don't think so.
I haven't seen this sculpt as an official sculpt. I may just have overlooked it, but regardless, it super fits the character and the setting of the book. So I think it's an awesome job.
Cool. Maybe it's not specifically a Warhammer model, but it works for that character. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely. It's really good.
Or I should say a Games Workshop model, because it's technically now a Warhammer model if you painted it that way. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, nicely done, Chris. All right, up next we have C4 Minis with Drizzt, which, yeah, my pretty much, I don't know, maybe top 5 literary characters of all time. So he is a dark elf from the Icewind Dale trilogy initially, but he's just like a Forgotten Realms D&D hero.
Yeah, he's always a win for us D&D people.
Yeah, he's a big deal. He's why I'm Dark Elf Girl, let's put it that way. Yeah, really nicely done. They just did a really nice job. Oh, sorry, Florescentia, that sucks. She's having bad Wi-Fi.
Banned all the teenagers using the Wi-Fi. No, as I said, it's really not. I like the green and the purple, and the colours are all really nice on this one. They've been nicely worked together.
Agreed.
Yeah, I've only read one Forgotten Realms book, and it was when I was like a kid, but it was Drizzt and some other sort of main character, and I have not revisited the saga. I know there's like a million books about Drizzt at this point, but yeah, this is totally what when I see the model, it immediately brought back memories from my childhood. So I think mission accomplished in that regard. It looks great.
Yeah,
well done.
Yeah, nicely done. All right, up next we have DFS painting with, I think it's obvious, Cthulhu, Lovecraft, and this is stunning. I like all of his paint because it's always very neon. And...
Yeah, isn't this model a mini? I use the term loosely. Isn't it about like 2 foot tall? This model.
It's huge. At least everybody I've seen that painted it and like showed the scale. The base is still in theme, so it's probably about. I mean, it fits the size. It's just tall. It's just tall as hell. Yeah, they're massive. And
it's an amazing model. He painted it really nicely. I actually quite like how he's done sort of like a graffiti background. It kind of actually works with it. It's very good.
Yeah, I think it's kind of his background for most of his pictures, because they are usually in these really brilliant, bright colors, which I obviously like. Yeah, the color is super intense. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, very, very nice.
It does have that like spray paint quality background, which is good in general with the neon colors and stuff, but it does give like cyclopean vibes, so to use Lovecraftian terminology, for the sort of like the lack of ability for the human mind to conceptualize Lovecraftian things. It really gives that abstractness to what is going on behind it, and that you can't really determine dimension or anything, but it still gives that vibe of like strange otherworldliness. Love it.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
model's brilliantly painted too. I love it's so vibrant. You don't know what color Cthulhu is. He's probably never the same color to two people who would see him anyway. Super cool.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Okay, the comments though. He thick. That butt though. You guys. Oh,
Dummy
man.
thick.
Yeah, he's super thick. Yes, and thank you for using my baby Cthulhu emote. Appropriate timing. Yeah, very nicely done. All right, moving on to DRDZ Arts, and I think she's pretty recognizable. Snow White, but like axe murderer Snow White, I think.
Yeah, I like this one. This isn't a Snow White you're gonna mess with.
Yeah, don't mess with her. And this one is an actual book Nook, which is super cool. So nice little diorama. Did I miss a picture? Oh no, there it is. They're showing it, and I love them in their place. Like, I'd never made one until this last month, and it was like so satisfying to put it in between some books. Like, I highly suggest it. But yeah, really nicely done. Very dark, but yet bright at the same time. Very like dark fantasy forest. Really, really nicely executed.
It reminds me a lot of the Alice video game series, where like it's from the 90s or early 2000s. It's really dark take on Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, where she's like essentially an axe murderer. It's super cool. I loved that. That kind of stuff was very formative on me as a child, and this is very much like scratching that itch of like, let's take that, make it dark, like 90s style, some fairy tales. I love that stuff.
I miss the 90s. Well, anytime anybody brings up the 90s, I'm like, oh yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's very good. I like this one.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got? We got Aaron's minis up next with, the three, what are they called? Oh god, witches, sisters. Sorry.
This is, yeah, it's from Macbeth.
Yes. What are they called? Like, what's their name though? Somebody's gonna help me out, but
I don't know. The three witches that Macbeth consults about his future, I suppose.
Yeah.
The progenitors of the boil, toil and trouble thing that everyone says.
Yeah.
That's like where that came from.
Weird
Yes.
Sisters. No, that's from Weird Sisters. Is from Pratchett, I think.
I don't know. They're nicely either way. They're very nicely painted. They're from Macbeth. It's a cool choice. I like that somebody went way back and chose Shakespeare versus, more modern stuff. Super cool. The Wayward Sisters. Not Pratchett here for sure. Okay, cool. All right. Wayward Sisters. They're just called the Sisters. That works too. Yep. There's three of them. They're sisters.
It's also like a folktale archetype that Shakespeare stole from, other European folktales. So it goes back for forever as far as like knowing
I can
the original source.
die on water, by the way. Just choking on water.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, holding a resemblance to the three fates in mythology.
Yeah.
Classic mythology.
Which that's Macedonian, traveled up through Europe, like that. It goes back forever, and I really like the dark take on this. It's very like Army of Darkness almost, or like Evil Dead or something. The way these three look.
That's actually
but there's
really
so
good.
many.
Yeah, totally.
There's so many visual iterations of the sisters. One of my most favorites recently is from the Witcher game series, where like the three sisters in the woods are horrific, like they look at, but they can become beautiful, like when they want to, and I think that's really cool.
You think she can become beautiful? Really? I don't know about that.
Wasn't there a film? I can't remember. It was an 80s or 90s film where there was three witches and they had one eye between the three of them.
Yes. That's, it's mythology, right? It's the
Well, they did in the Hercules animated movie. The sisters keep trading their eyeball. I don't know if that's what you're referring
it's in
to.
the gold. What is it fucking called? Sorry, not Jason and the Argonauts. It's the oh my god, major brain fart. They remade it with
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. Isn't it in Clash of the Titans?
I don't remember an eye being traded around in that. But
okay, yeah, Clash of the Titans.
I totally. I haven't watched that movie in forever, but yeah.
No, the remake, or like, I guess not the remake,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the newer
Yeah,
one.
Clash of the Titans, I think.
Yeah, the Odysseus. No, I think it's Clash of the Titans. Whatever.
Yeah, sorry, I just remember that. It's stuck in my head. But no, anyway, back to this.
Yes.
They're
Nice entry.
I too like these. They're very good.
The Immortal. Y'all are just throwing out names now. They were in that as well. Oh, they're in both. Okay, cool. All right. Anyways, moving on. Nice job on this one, Aaron. We got
well done.
FanoWh. And this is Interview with the Vampire. And that is Lestat.
Yeah, I really liked
Louis.
this one.
I did too. So, for those who didn't read it or didn't watch the movie, Louis is very resistant to drink blood. He doesn't want to be a vampire, and he kind of makes him he feeds on rats essentially instead of humans because and Lestat just thinks it's pathetic, and yeah, so that's kind of what he is. He's depicting that whole deal, and it's a full-on book Nook, which is super cool, and it takes place it's like the swamp, the south kind of.
The Bayou, right?
The
It's
Bayou.
Louisiana.
Yes, thank you. The words.
Yeah.
Words, yes. Always William Lewis, yeah.
Yeah, I love the way the sunsetting behind the house, and I just really like this one. It kind of stuck out to me. Just all nicely done.
It really is.
Yeah. Lights in the house as well.
Yeah, totally. Like all the details are amazing. Like, I think you see this image first on their post, and it was like, oh, that's cool. What is that? Like, I didn't quite recognize it for what it was, and it's like, I don't know. You just keep pulling back and seeing more. I don't know. It's freaking cool.
It's very understated too, which I really like. It's just like there's nothing about it that's like insane over the top, and that stuff could be awesome too. But like, it's very just like grounded terrestrial scene, and it's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, there's something cool about just depicting one little scene in a book Nook like this, too. It's just super cool. I don't know. It makes me happy.
Yeah, if you see the little rat at the back on the barrel, doesn't look very happy that he's eating his mates.
The minis are cool, too. I don't know if they're intentionally them. I don't think they... Like, are they Lestat and Louis, or are they figures that he painted to be them? You know,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
They totally fit though.
It works, definitely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, really nicely done. All right, up next we have Florescentia, and this piece is insanely detailed. How do I explain? I'll let maybe Lisa will say it better than me. It's depicting quite a bit. I mean, it's heavily influenced by the Neverending Story and the idea of like...
Yeah, Falcor's coming out of the book whilst the mum's trying to read the story to the kids, and I think she said the kids are reenacting parts of the story on the rocking horse, and they've taken one of the curtains down as a flag, and it's just, they're all really getting into the book. It's fantastic. I love this.
I love the scale of it. Well, and all the details, like the wallpaper peeling off to reveal more. It's just like the idea that, once you start reading a book, like this whole fantasy world, like, kind of...
Yeah, it almost reminds me of the scene in Labyrinth where Sarah kind of gets tried to be tricked back into thinking her room's in the junkyard, but obviously it's not her room sort of thing, but there's another world around the room sort of thing. It's great.
Yeah, it's incredibly detailed, and just wonder, the more you look at, the more stuff you find. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. So much detail.
Yeah, the immersion of a book, I think, is really what's on display in this piece. The way that you just you enter another world, or the book enters your world or something. And there are movies that have like done Neverending Story, but like there's, like Page Master's all about that, and if anyone remembers that, like
Mm-hmm.
throwaway 90s cartoon or whatever, like I loved that movie as a kid. And yeah, the and like Pan's Labyrinth, to reference
Oh,
a much
yeah.
darker one, of that
Yeah.
escapist nature of fairy tale storytelling in, you know, from a life that might be dark or something that you don't want to be experiencing. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be that grim, but just anything. It's that form of escape or
Yeah.
transportative nature of storytelling through books. That's before film. It was what we had, and people were completely, you know, cast away by the things they read.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yes. I forgot there's this picture too. Yeah, I like this really close in one. Just look at all the friggin' detail. Even the little book on the like nightstand is painted. Very cool.
That's the racing snails, isn't it?
Yes. Which that was my favorite. Like, had massive influence on me growing up. Like, Atreyu was my first big hardcore crush. You know, like. So yeah, the second I saw that it was Never Ending Story, I was like, yes. Good choice.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. Well done, fantastic piece.
Yeah, really nicely done. All right, up next we have Rubble Gump with another take on the Gunslinger. And this one is cool because it's like a book. It opens up. And that is,
I really like this one, the way it opened up, and the little scene inside.
And that is the first line of the book, the first book, which is one of the best opening, I think, lines of anything. It just sets the scene like few have done. It's pretty much like that sentence is the whole story, essentially. Like, it's just freaking cool. Yeah, it's really nicely done. I like the, I guess, like, shadow? No, I mean, like, you sort of see the Dark Tower in the distance, but not fully. Yeah, it's just really cool. Simple but effective,
Yeah,
totally.
The mini is painted very nicely as well. Well, the back of it we can see is painted very nicely.
Oh, he's so small. I know, it's kind of hard to... I wonder if I could probably zoom in a little bit here. Let's see. Oop. My bad. Oh, Aaron. Awkward girl. Can't do anything. Don't mind me. Nope.
It is very cool though, because like it's cool how this and the other one, there's a lot of overlapping like imagery of the tower in the distance and the setting sun, and it's clear that despite the fact that it's a book, it paints a picture that is universal to us as readers, that, you know, we all lock into the same concepts and visuals and stuff, and it's the power of writing that can like let us see stuff like that. This is a really cool rendition. I do love that it's inside the book too. Very cool.
Thank you for the follow. That's what Grogu is doing, by the way. When you see Grogu, it means somebody followed. Thank you. Yeah, really, totally. And also that you understand what's happening here, despite not reading the book. Like, it's just a nice scene. You don't have to have read the book to appreciate that. So it takes guts to put your mini facing away like that. Agreed. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's
hydrate.
very nicely done. Well done.
Yeah, nicely done for Rubble Gump.
Awesome.
All right, up next we've got Galley 117, I think. Galley 117. And I don't remember who this is, but only because I'm a forgetful moron. But I know one of you will remember, or I can look it up.
Oh, it's a vampire lady. I can't remember.
But she's she's beautifully painted. I just need to remember what. Look at the back of her cloak. All right, I'm looking it up. My bad, guys. Don't mind me. That's why I've got my Instagram open. Let's see. Nagara, half sister to the bastard Prince Malice Darkblade, and the eldest daughter from what is it for though? I don't remember. It's not a book I've read, but either way, it's beautifully painted, really nicely done. All the awesome settings. I need to read these books. Oh yeah, we're still talking about that. Yes, I highly suggest anybody reads The Dark Tower if you're looking for a series. It's kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah, I love the freehand on this, so it's very nicely done.
Yeah, that's
Is this for those watching, is this a Warhammer Fantasy thing before Age of Sigmar?
I think it might be.
If it is, if someone said it's their favorite book series from the old world, I've read like one book from that time of books,
Yeah,
but
okay.
but yeah, the Warhammer Fantasy, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's why I
the
don't know.
freehand on the cape is fantastic. Obviously, it fits super well with the setting, with the books and everything around her. And vampires often have tons of reading at their disposal. They often live in places, mansions full of libraries and all that. So.
Totally.
But
And
they do
all
have
the time in
plenty
the
of time
world.
on their hands, I suppose.
There's a great excerpt from a book, a Warhammer rule book. They have like little, linguistic blurbs in them, like lore filler, and one of them is about like a vampire surprised at this human living necromancer and how fast he was able to like procure his talent as a dark artist or whatever. And then he thought about how like, oh, I don't have a rush, like I have no concept of like needing to go quickly through my life, whereas humans are constantly spurned by that feeling.
Yeah.
So like it was a great moment of like introspection for a vampire, and also I feel like somewhat ties into this as well. So
Cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say also that they wrote quite a long extra, like, I guess almost fan fiction to flush out her story more, which is really cool. That I suggest if you guys are interested, go read the post too, because it's pretty cool. Nicely done. Okay, up next we have General Catastrophe. I think that's how you say it. Kitt Castrophy.
Yeah.
This really cool book, Nook, with pretty amazing detail. The depth,
Yeah, this is a really beautiful piece.
it looks like it goes so far back, but I'm pretty sure it's not. It's really actually quite, the depth is not much.
yeah, it's like forced perspective. It's really,
Yeah.
really well done.
Yeah, very well done. And I'm not sure what that model is. I'm gonna say I think it's one of the. Oh God, what are they?
Yeah,
Erik,
one
what
of
is
the
it?
Warhammer Underworlds.
Underworld. There you
gang.
go.
I know the crab is from that. Yeah. The model in the back, I'm not sure. Totally could be from that, but I just don't recognize it. But yeah, this is such a cool piece.
Yeah,
really.
the background really adds to it and adds depth. Yeah, it's just amazing that detail in it. And
The Dark Oath Leader. Gotcha.
Okay.
That front tree is so beautiful, and I don't know, it's really beautiful. I don't remember seeing if they made the tree from scratch or it's an actual branch, but either way, it looks very realistic. Really nice.
yeah, it's just stunning. So I love the way it disappears into dark woods, but it seems quite bright on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost a scene I'd like to I want to disappear into.
Totally. Oh, thank you, Grogu. Sorry, covering up the. Yeah, really, really nicely done. I would like to see
The
more.
exploded crab is awesome as well.
Totally. Yeah, I'd like to see more dioramas from you. Well done. All right. Up next, we have Goblin Core miniatures, I think. Oh, Goblin Core Tinies. That's right. And I don't remember what this one's from, but she made this from scratch. This tree is stunning, and I like to see it in the two different. Yeah, it's really freaking cool. I want to go through that doorway. Yeah, a little portal.
I don't want to go through that door. Like that looks
don't
like
trust
something
it at
bad
all?
is on the other side of that doorway, and I'm never sure of anything. So that does not bode well for me.
All right, let me see.
I
What
think
it's
she
from.
said it's from an absent dream.
Looks like Sleepy Hollow. Oh yeah, a little bit.
I've not heard of that one, but no, it said it's it's an amazing tree. It's fantastic. But yeah, not sure I'd want to be
Yeah, it's.
because it says "be sure" on the door, doesn't it? I think.
Oh, it does. Yeah, be sure. So, like, yeah, be sure before you
It's
open
like,
it.
that's not a warning, if nothing else.
All right, maybe
I'm
I'm
never
just
sure of
living on the
anything.
edge.
Yeah. I love the object source lighting on the inside of the doorway as well. Like there's like a golden light coming from inside, which that is inviting. It looks like a beautiful, like a comfy, cozy hearth inside. But
Especially on the darker photo, like, or the nighttime photo, like if you were in a forest, it all looked like that, and you see this doorway that's the one thing that's like lit up and warm looking.
Yeah,
which is probably
it's horrifying because it shouldn't be there,
trap.
but it's also
yeah,
it's also beautiful. Yeah.
And not just the building of this tree is really impressive, and the texture of the bark and stuff is very nicely done.
Yeah,
really cool. All right, up next we've got Greenwood Minis with, I didn't put the right one in front, with Tom Bombadil. So yeah, I'm pretty sure most of you know who he is, but he is from Lord of the Rings and not in the movies. But he's amazing. He's a magic man. And I love him, and this is really nicely painted. Really, I love the texture and just feel of the cloth. Very, very nice. One of my absolute favorite characters. Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of controversy on whether he should have been left out of the books or out of the movies, and I'm like, I'm fine with it because he is kind of a weird little standalone character that's not part of the overall story, but he's amazing. He's more powerful than Gandalf, yes.
He's such a cool character.
He's amazing.
I remember being really upset at the time Lord of the Rings came out that he wasn't in it, but those movies are still wonderful. I've grown to forgive them for that, but it makes me love every time I see a visual representation of our yellow-booted friend Tom Bombadil. This is beautifully painted, and yeah, he's an incredibly powerful being who sort of just represents the untamable force of nature, I feel like, and yeah, just amazing character.
Yeah, he's so powerful, and he's been around pretty much since forever. So much so that I think the meanings that mortals put on life, he's almost sort of forgotten. Yet at the same time, he loves life, but he just kind of just lives in the moment and appreciates the little things. Yeah, he's amazing. Kind of what the idea is that you can't leave the ring with him because he'd just forget about it because it just doesn't have any significance to him. So that is amazing.
Yeah,
Goldberry
he
too.
put the ring on and nothing happens.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and his relationship with Goldberry too is just beautiful, and that whole part of the book is just freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
No, those minis are quite small. Someone's just said not an easy model to paint and draw out the detail. I think they are quite small, those ones.
All right, real quick. Now I'm getting a little bit of like Old Man Willow vibe here without, not the door, but with the tree that we just looked at before. Yep. Which is how we meet him, because that willow tree is gonna eat those hobbits. There's UK ale named after him. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, no, lovely. It's really lovely.
Yeah.
Love the colours.
Yeah. All right, up next we have Growed Up. I Growed Up 8. I love that name. 80. And again, don't quite remember who these are from, but I'm gonna find out what these are from. I mean, words. Unless you guys remember before I can find it. I swear I pay attention to your entries. I swear to God I read every single one of them. Oh, I don't think I have this in my... I didn't share it. Oh, God, what are they from? Somebody help me. You're just gonna laugh. That's helpful. Nobody? Nope. No, anybody? Nope. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know.
Green... What was the name? Growed Up. Yeah, that's right.
It's not from... No, it's not... I don't know.
Terry Pratchett's Lady Sybil Rankin and her husband Samuel Vimes, Commander of the Watch. So, okay. Terry Pratchett story, which I haven't read, but... Sorry, not a clue, but they're very cool. Yes, agreed. They're How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, they are very cool. I have to admit, I have not read any Pratchett books. I feel like I should hand in my nerd card by admitting that, but yeah, I haven't read any of them. So, but they're nice models and nicely painted.
It makes me wish I knew more about these characters and wish that I did read Terry Pratchett, because it makes me want to know when I look at them. They're awesome.
Well, and the fact that so many people love Terry Pratchett, I'm just like, I think we've missed out, Eric. I think we missed out. So many great energy helps me realize how few books I've read, right? Back to the kind of the reference of the vampires. Like, I wish I had eternity to just read all the things. That'd be amazing. Spelled guards right once. What? Guards. Oh. Yeah. So many... Anyways, yeah. Sorry that we don't know the story, but beautifully painted minis. Well done. Up next, we have Instagraven. Again, something with Venice. I don't remember, but again, awesome that they actually made a book Nook. And the cool thing about this one is they used the mirror background, like the back of it, to express depth, and like the canal goes on and makes me wish that I had used a mirror, and super clever. It's so detailed. I think it was hard for it to get shots of all that's happening, but what is this story? Oh god.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with book Nooks, isn't it? If they're too narrow, you can't get pictures of them properly.
Yeah, they're like, you need to see them in person. I feel like mine was almost impossible to photograph. It was very frustrating, but I'm gonna find out. Hold on. Hold that thought. We'll find out what book it's from. Unless somebody else...
I think that is the trick with, well, when you're doing with mirrors, is that like the photography suddenly becomes a huge part of the finished product when you're presenting it in a way that it wouldn't be for other... Not that it doesn't matter to get like good photography, but it like perspective and everything is super important when you're taking pictures of stuff with mirrors, and it looks awesome the way that they photographed it, as well as obviously the work that went into creating it in the first place. This is a really good one.
Absolutely. Okay, so it says it's inspired by Il Mandragola, the Mandrake, which is Machiavelli's Venetian drama. So definitely haven't read that, but super cool choice.
Yeah, the only Machiavelli I've read is Prince. Is that what it's called? Basically it's like a philosophy on dictatorship and authoritarianism. But yeah, when people say things are Machiavellian, that's usually what they're referring to. This is like his drama, I think. So I'd love to read that. He's a really interesting mind.
It says, it's the Venetian drama of sex and skullduggery. Duggery?
Skullduggery.
Interesting. Yeah. I am me in words. Yeah, very cool. Nicely done.
Yeah, very nicely made. Well done.
Up next, we've got Jehan, Lore of Cats, with, I believe, another Terry Pratchett.
Yeah.
Which, again, damn it, I need to read it, because this is a really, really, really cool piece. There is so much freaking detail happening. And I love that it's got the... Here, let's get there. Again, it's an open book.
There's so many cats. It's great.
Yeah. Well, and I know, appropriate that you made a cat one. Very cool. But I love that the walls are the book open up. Super cool. Super, super cool. I mean, in these shots of just like how much crap you put in here. That's a lot of friggin' painting, dude. Just amazing. Yes, and the cats everywhere. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So what's the actual book, though? Remind us, please. Or not remind us, but tell us, because I suck and I forgot. Thank you. Those are my cats. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. But remind us the book itself, please.
Discworld.
Discworld. Okay. Yeah, really, really cool.
Yeah, nice. Really nice.
Nice job using the plinth, too, or whatever you want to call that, the base. The whole piece is nicely put together.
It makes me really want to know the context, again, having not read Terry Pratchett, the context of this moment in this story, because there's such an interesting sort of existential vibe of what is happening in this image that I would love to know, like, what is happening behind it. It's really cool.
Absolutely. All those little books.
Yeah, and he's not wrong. Cats are nice.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, well done, the 8J Hen. It's a really fantastic piece.
Death is a great character in Pratchett books. All right. I think I need to maybe put him on my list of books I might not read for a really long time. Yeah, well done, dude. All right,
Yep.
Up next we've got Just Shield 3D. Again, I don't remember the book, but this piece is freaking cool. What a nice just interpretation of the theme, and like that this is being created from the words, like an image 3D thing is being created from the words of the book is super cool. Super cool. And beautifully painted.
Yeah, it's a great concept. It's much like the immersion that we saw in like the Neverending Story one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's sort of a theme that you might see a bit in these, but I love the way they wrote the wording up around, like spiraling into the character coming out of the book. It's a great level of like blending the two visuals together. It's really well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a Dragonlance book.
Dragonlance. Okay, cool.
Mm.
I've read a little bit of those, but not. Yeah, super clever. I mean, yeah, not just the words coming up the cloak, but then that the words are being removed from the page too because they're leaving. Like, I wouldn't have thought to do that, I think. Like, I would have. Does that make sense? Like, they're actually leaving the page and like creating. Yeah, very.
Yeah, I think it's something you almost wanted to have happen when you were a kid reading, wasn't it? You wanted the things to come from the book, and like, you know, Falcours and Florentia's, it's, you know, you wanted them coming out of the book and coming to life.
Yeah, really nicely done. Is that an actual book?
Looks like it is. No.
I don't know if they're here. Are you here? I don't know. I haven't noticed in the chat, sorry. It's like an image of what's happening in our mind as we read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really nicely done. All right, up next we've got Christabella with, again, I don't remember what it's from. But it's cute as shit. Like, who doesn't want a 3-headed dog? I do. A cute one anyways. Not a scary one, but a cute one. Hopefully you guys can tell me what the heck this is from, because she's blind. I do know that too, the character. She's being...
Yeah, I
like
think it was something
dogs.
that she's like a warlock or sorcerer or something that's given up her sight so she can see otherworldly things.
That's right. A warlock, yeah. Like
the dog, sort of like she sees stuff through the dog's eyes.
Let's see.
Oh, that's it. She's got a Necronomicon. Can't say it.
The Necronomicon.
That's it, Necronomicon. I was trying to say it too short.
That's right. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah, it's so cute. I mean, and really nicely painted too. I like the kind of muted colors, and it's really sweet.
I think it's almost easier to overlook how well painted it is, just because like it's so cohesive that like nothing about the painting draws attention to itself, but it takes like a ton of craftsmanship to make that happen. And yeah, it's beautifully painted.
Yeah, and I really do love the book on the the Necronomicon on the chain actually hanging off of her. Very cool. And just the movement of it too, like she's being dragged along by the. It's a cool piece. Yeah.
Very excited puppy.
Yeah. Yep. Very nicely done. All right, up next we've got, how do I say it? Langford Chase with Strider, aka Aragorn. But at this point in the novels, we know him as Strider. And I love it. Super cool piece. Really nicely painted. It's just like him sitting in the corner of the prancing pony, right? Yeah, Strider, yeah. Really nicely done.
Yeah, beautiful directional light happening on this model. Like, you know, he's sitting next to a fireplace in the story, so you get the impression that that's where the light is coming from in this image. Beautiful weathering on the pants. That's the first thing my eyes were drawn to, is like, that looks like real, like, scuffed up, you know, hose someone would be wearing.
Well, he wouldn't be clean. Yeah, he's a ranger. He's a woodsman. He's just coming out from the wild.
Yeah.
And he also wouldn't care about being all pretty. But yeah, so I think that's a really nice, important
Yeah,
touch that they
I
added.
think this is a Loot Studios model from their intro pack.
I did not know that. I think I need it.
As I said, it's a fantastic model, and I think it probably would have been modelled on Aragorn.
Yeah, super cool. I like his little boot knife.
It's one of my favorite like images too from reading this Lord of the Rings for the first time, was them seeing him in the tavern then, and not knowing who he was, and the fear that was eventually
looking foul.
He was, he's the movie did such a good job, I feel like, of like that image of like the light from the pipe in his eyes, like, but you didn't know who he was or why he was there. It was just this ominous sort of shadow in the corner. I love the scene, and this is such a great visual representation of that moment.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, well done. All right, up next we've got Magic Fox miniatures, and I know what this is from, but it's not coming to me. It's a take on the what?
Gruffalo.
The Gruffalo, yes. Thank you. Also, scary. I would die if this thing came roaring at me like that. And holy shit. No. Yeah. No. But this is really, really nicely done. And from what I understand, it's more of how do I say this? It's not the actual a Gruffalo mini, but it's painted to be like one. Is that right? Oh god, I don't know.
It has strong like Wendigo vibes. For anyone who know of that,
yes,
native folktale in America. Such a cool sort of underrepresented monster, and anything that has that sort of like, like that foresty sort of hybrid creature vibes, like skinwalkers kind of vibes, like that's here for sure.
Totally.
Yeah, I love anything that looks like this, and the painting totally, I think, just embellishes what is awesome about this model.
Purple prickles all over his back. Yes. Yeah, very, very good. Nice. Just a little bit of blood. I don't know why I said a little bit. It's kind of a lot, but, he's not covered in gore. He's just been tearing at somebody and then eating them, I think. That's what it looks like to me. Not cool.
Yeah,
wait, what is on the little rock? Did I not notice that before? Oh, hey, Tom. It's like a little critter in between his... Is it a squirrel? How did I not notice that?
Some kind.
Cute. I really like that even more. Like this horribly scary thing. Like roaring, and then there's just a cute little critter like in between his legs. Maybe he's not a threat to everything.
It gives the impression that he's like a defender of the forest or something, which is maybe what the Gruffalo is.
Sort of Princess Mononoke almost, maybe a little bit, kind of like a weird. The bear protect the wild. Yes, it's a mouse. Okay. Thank God y'all are here. How far are we in? We're at M in the alphabet. So, I don't know, probably more than halfway, I think, actually. He's the hero of the story. Yeah. It's very nice. All right. Okay. Up next, we have Mike Messes Up Minis with Sesame Street Book Nook. And I adore this one so much because it's like instantly like, yep, I don't need the sign to know that's Sesame Street, obviously, because there's Big Bird and stuff. But just everything about it is so just nostalgic and awesome. And from what I understand, he made this for his wife's kindergarten classroom, which is just even sweeter. So. Like, I love it. I mean, what a cool thing. Like, remember when you were that age and how magical stuff like this was? I don't know. I was always obsessed with tiny stuffs, but like, what a cool thing to have in your classroom. And all the leaves around like Oscar's garbage pail and just the whole thing. Yeah, super cool. Great choice.
Very autumnal with the leaves on the ground, which is, again, a very nostalgic setting.
Yeah.
Details. I mean, obviously, I would say this is like weirdly feels the most like off kilter of this like whole competition, being Sesame Street, but it still totally fits. And yeah, I love this. It's beautiful.
I think that might have my initial like pleasure in it is that it wasn't expected at all. Like that somebody would choose a Sesame Street, but it's like plenty of books from Sesame Street, and like Kermit sitting on the steps, and then just the fact that they used ribbon for the top of the, I don't know what I'm trying to say, the canopy or whatever. Cool use of like, you know, supplies, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like it lights up. The windows are light up inside the store. That's
awesome.
So cute. Yeah. Again, clearly shows how hard it is to photograph book nooks. The depth is not your friend because you can't come at it from the sides or anywhere else. But
yeah,
super cool. Yeah, well done. I want to go hang out there. All right. Up next, we have my mini painting adventure with Lady of the Lake. And this fabulously painted, absolutely. First of all, I mean, stunning model, obviously, but really, really nicely painted. I think the translucent, like see-through material on her. Oh, good grief, Erin.
Yeah, no, I like the kelpie, the way the blue's kind of merging in with the grey, the top part of the animal. It's really cool.
I'm gonna try and zoom in a bit. There we go. Sorry, for a minute we're gonna just go ahead and block us out so you can see what I'm talking about with the. Yeah.
This is definitely an incredible piece. If you look at like the implied metallic reflection on the sword blade, that like mirror sheen, the aquatic like nature of so much of the visuals, which I don't know if this was like one piece that they painted or if they actually assembled this from like multiple models or something. This is so stunning, but especially go ahead.
Sorry, this is one model. It's by Lost Kingdoms. It's one that is the whole model. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. Like I do think the translucence of the fabric over her is like one of the most impressive like pieces of painting I've seen in like a competition like this. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, really nice. Really, really nicely done. It's one piece. Yeah. It's kind of one of those pieces where like, how have I not seen this before? Like that more people don't want to paint it because it is so stunning. Maybe it's intimidating. I would be intimidated to paint it.
I can see why. It's
yeah.
A lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, really, really, really cool. Nicely done, dude. All right.
Yeah, really nice. Well done.
Next we have Primaris Painter with, I think we all know who that is, Hermione from Harry Potter series. Love this model. I love the movement of it, and you did a really, really nice job painting it. It looks exactly like her. Like, yeah, she looks fabulous. And just the background setting of her being in like the library is, again, perfect choice for the book Nook. Like we got like lots of levels here happening.
So meta.
Oh, sorry. I have to like. Somebody got. What's happening here? Well, it just didn't let you. I hate when the mods. Sorry, Twitch mods doesn't like the word fuck. What fucking stream do you think this is? Twitch? Jesus, fuck. There. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Somebody said a comment with fuck in it, and it like made it wouldn't show it. So sorry, dude. It's a night model. Painted this one. Search for model. Yeah, I'd actually like to see the whole, I guess, set of the Harry Potter models because it is such a cool model. Oh, here's the back piece of it. Yeah, nicely done.
Yeah, no, I loved all the books and all the bits and pieces on the bookcases. It's in the little owl just in the background. I love this. There's a lot of movement in that model. It's been very nicely painted. Well done.
Yeah, beautifully painted. Again, like it's a compliment to the understated nature of the painting that you don't even think about that it's painted. It just looks immersive and very convincing. And Hermione being like the bookworm character, it makes perfect sense that
Totally.
she'd be the subject of this, and she's in a library. It's great.
Oh, you've been playing it with your daughter? That's awesome. She's obsessed with Hermione.
Yeah, that's a nice role model to have.
Oh, totally. I wouldn't have minded her to be, having her as a role model growing up. I was a little too old for that, but yeah, she's sweet. I think my version was Lisa from The Simpsons. That's my version. Girl power, brainiac, awesomeness. I'm yet to play it. Got the box. Yeah, it's probably a fun game. Anyways, yes, nicely done, Primaris Painter. All right, up next we've got the Nudie 3, and I really like this entry because it's 2 books into one. So we've got the Hungry Caterpillar meets Dune. Which, I mean, we are on the full other side of the spectrum of fiction, and I freaking love that it's joined into one super cool piece. So yeah, we got Hungry Caterpillar on this side. And then, well, actually, we don't have a shot of the full other side. Wait, how did I not get another shot? Oh! Now you're not going to be able to see it very well, but on the side of the sandworm from Dune, there's little people that are running away to try to help express the scale of the size. So we've got the apple on one side, and then, the desert. Freaking cool.
It works. And it's a fun piece. And the apple's fantastic. So the whole piece is fantastic, but, it works. It's great.
Greedy with 2 books. No, man, it's super cool. I think it works so well. And, purple, it's a purple worm mini, right? From, like, D&D.
James and the Giant Beach. It's just like, really?
James and the Giant. Oh, very clever.
Yeah, it's definitely the Hungry Caterpillar of nightmares. I certainly wouldn't want to run into one of them.
God, can you imagine biting into an apple with that inside? What? All right, now I'm not going to eat an apple for a while. Great.
Not even a normal one, thank you.
Well, that
it's
too,
it's a great take on just perspective too, of like this, it's like a hungry, happy little critter in one story, and it's this like godlike monster from the Frank Herbert book, and it's one image, but it totally shows just the subjective nature of art too, that like we can interpret these 2 things as being like of one body, and having this imagery connected like that, and it totally works. It's great. This is a great piece.
Yeah, and it's cohesive. It's not. There's not like a hard line of like these. It just blends really well, but it's still very defined each side. Yeah, super cool. Yeah. Well done. All right, this one I'm gonna need help with because I know we talked about it a little earlier, but clearly Black Library. No idea the character or what book. But, from Tizzy, I can never say this name right. Tizzy, I don't know.
Don't know. Yeah, Gaunt's Ghost, you said, didn't you, Eric?
This is from the Gaunt's Ghost series. This is Colm Corbeck.
Colm Corbeck.
He's, after Gaunt, Ibram Gaunt, the commissar of the unit, Colm Corbeck is like the next in command. And he's an incredible character. This series is super well written. He's such a fan favorite for so many reasons, and I have this model too, and it's just so cool seeing like the way people take on these characters that I've read so much of, and yeah, this is beautiful. Love the detail on the wood engraving on the gun, and it really captures. I mean, like, it speaks to the modeling that he feels like the character, but also the paint job completely like sells the idea of the character as well.
Nearly threw the book across the room. You folks know why.
I know what he's talking about. No spoilers though. I'm not gonna bring anything up.
I almost just told you to, but okay, fine. No spoilers. Fine. I also
know what
won't
he's going on about.
I won't talk about the Boba Fett latest episode either. Then fine. Stupid spoilers.
I do want to talk to you about that after this because we haven't spoken yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm always down to talk about that stuff. But again, back to this piece. Very nicely painted. always, he actually has such a distinct style that I don't need to see his name to know it's one of his pieces. Really cool. I mean, it's partly the backdrop, but which always works with the mini that he's, yeah, very cool. Really nicely done. Spoiler alert, everyone in 40K lives happily ever after.
Yeah.
And they're all BFFs. Yep.
It's cool because the books speak so much of, like, they wear these specific cloaks that represent sort of like their home planet of Tanith, which was destroyed before they're even like a unit yet. So they're like homeless essentially, this like, you know, vagabond regiment of soldiers, but they all have these cloaks that represent like their woodland training as like rangers and scouts on this planet, and
cool.
They all have these straight silver knives, which are blades made from steel from that planet, and it's just like, it's so cool seeing details, and the brooch too that they all carry, like it's all details from the book. It's very cool.
That's good. Yeah, that's really good.
I think you should be part of all of these streams to explain all the,
Yeah.
the Warhammer stuff for us. Lisa usually knows what the models are. You can tell us lore, and I just go, I don't know, I like it. It's pretty. Good job. Good
I'll be here for as many as I can. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, okay, yeah, nicely done. Next up, we have Vanilla Aquila with, again, this is when y'all are gonna have to come in and tell me what this is from. Clearly, we've got some Black Library happening. So there's all of them in their setting, and then the following photos are of each one of the minis up close. So he gets more than 4 because there's more than 4 images because there's more characters. So yeah, and they're all awesome. Yeah, go ahead, Erik. Sorry.
This is all still Gonskos. These characters. These are all named. These are all characters from the book series specifically. So I think there's a delay, so I'm not going to be able to like follow along with which picture you're on at the time. But basically, Ibram Gaunt is the leader, the guy who's in like ceremonial looking garb.
I'll stop on. I think I know who it is. Okay, does he have a chainsaword?
Yes.
Yes, and I called it the right thing too.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's Chainsword. That's Ibram Gaunt. He's the leader of the regiment. He came from off-world, and he trained these very like untraditional like ranger type people into soldiers for the Imperial Army, and then their world was destroyed before they were like finished with all of that, the conscription. But the handful of like hundreds of soldiers that got off planet became Gonskos, and despite having a very small footprint in the Imperial Army's overall galactic control, they leave a huge mark in the books and also in our hearts as well as the series. You have the sniper, Mad Larkin, who's like insane, but he's like the most incredible shot in the regiment. You have the guy with the huge gun is a lot of people's favorite character, Try Again Bragg. He's a terrible shot, but he's like this affable, lovable, huge guy that gets along with everyone. It's just like there's all these characters are so beautifully written, and also this is like one of the most tragic book arcs ever. That's actually my favorite character, the one that I see on the screen currently, with the hood up and the knife. He's holding his knife.
Yes. I think it's my favorite of the models too.
Yeah, he is like a sergeant of the unit, and he has done these like incredible badass things that no one else should be able to do. He's basically like a ghost walking, like he's this incredible badass character. But yeah, anyway, that's all lore. The piece is incredible. I'm getting way off base here. This is cool. so well made. And the explosion in the background is such a great touch. It really speaks to like specific events that I feel like they've been through in the story. So it's like very immersive for me having read it. Right. But I think anyone looking at this would be like, this is incredible, and not need to read it to know that.
Oh, yeah, totally. That explosion is just insane. There's all the little bricks coming off of it, and you can almost, it's almost as if someone's paused a film or something.
Hey, Vanilla, if you wanna, you can drop the link if you want. If you have the link, you can drop it in the chat to the tutorial if you'd like.
Yeah,
for those.
But it's just amazing. It's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, totally. Really, really nicely done. And pretty, like, how do I say this? A big undertaking for an entry to have this many models painted for it and make a set, like, yeah, very cool.
Oh yeah, and they're all lovely painted. They're
Yeah.
really nicely done with tattoos, and it's a really nice touch.
Yeah, the tattoos are a big part of their culture as well. Like the Tanith all have like woad markings and stuff that represent stuff to their culture. And yeah, Nicole, man, he's the best. Nicole's the best. Yeah, amazing characters, amazingly painted. The camo cloaks, the tattoos. It's like the whole story is there, painted for you to see. I love it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Dude. Okay, up next we've got Warboss Snag Trappa. Warboss Snag Trappa, sorry. With what's his oh god, what's his damn name?
Hagrid.
Thank you, Hagrid. Jesus. But what's his dog's name? Hagrid and
Fluffy, I think.
Yeah.
No, that was a
Oh, that's the Cerberus dog, yeah. This one's
I can't remember.
I'm forgetting.
Fang.
That's it, Fang.
Fang, yeah. I was gonna say Spike. I knew it was something.
Yeah, he always named his pets to complete opposite to what they were. So this dog was about as soppy as you got. So
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is really, really nicely done. Sorry, I kind of just messed up the image, but I just love him. And the cloak, I think, or the jacket, whatever, the trench coat is perfect. Like it looks real. It's really nicely done.
yeah, it's been really nicely weathered.
Yes. Yeah.
It almost gives the illusion of like velvet or something, which I don't even think is like the texture they were going for. I think it's just because it's so small that it gives that illusion, but it definitely has that feel of like weathered, heavy cloak kind of. This, yeah, beautifully painted. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really nicely done.
From Harry Potter, if anybody didn't know that. I think by this time everybody does. But just in case, you never know. Yeah, he's a great character, and the actor who portrays it, I thought he just nailed it. Like, I was one of the ones who watched or read the books before they started, so it was kind of, it was nice to, how do I explain that? It could go the other way around, but like I didn't have I had an image in my head that he did a good job matching, I guess. So yeah,
No.
For sure.
Robbie Coltrane. Is it Robbie Coltrane? Yeah, he did a fantastic.
I think so. Yeah, but yeah, and he definitely brought him to life painting with this painting. So very cool. And also the last entry, we went through everybody. That's it.
Oh,
yeah.
Yay.
I was like, surprised. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, right, W. We need some Z's. Z people need to enter. Anyways, yes, that was all of them, and they were all fabulous. Thank you, everybody who entered, because they're all freaking cool, and you did a really good job, and they're a pleasure to look at. So, I'm going to really quick just show the sponsors, or remind the sponsors, because, hold on, because they're awesome. So, yeah. The Dark Wolf 99 Designs is who did the logo, which is super cool. I love everybody who does the logos. They're all volunteer and very cool. And then everybody else are the different sponsors. Lots of different prizes. Again, really hard to pick winners. Oh god, it always is. You don't you don't even know. It's so hard, and everybody is always within like points. Like, yeah, like it's always a really close call. And it's not easy for us, but also a pleasure, I guess. Yeah, I like looking at them. I look at them the whole month, obviously, as I'm like collecting the entries, but getting to see them when I actually do the judging and really like focusing on them, it's a pleasure. Okay, I guess it's time, right? It's time. So I'm going to announce the 3 winners, and then we'll do the random drawing. So, in third place, we've got, oh god, what's the, Jess Shield, yes, sorry, my bad. With this freaking fabulous piece that I think we clearly can, see why. It's beautiful. And just beautifully executed. So congratulations, yay! A drum roll, drum roll later. So drum roll for second place. We have Oh God, with the names, Aaron. Really? I was supposed to put the names on them. Oh, classic Aaron stream. Doesn't know what's happening. Help me. What's it? FanoWh! FanoWh! Yes, FanoWh, second place. Obvious.
Well done.
Yeah, obviously
Yay.
a fabulous, fabulous piece. Well done. And then in first place, drumroll, we've got Florescentia! Yay!
Yay!
And I hope she's still here despite the Wi-Fi being crap, but yeah. Awesome pieces from all of you. Super congratulations. And again, congratulations to all of you for making really freaking cool stuff. Making, painting, whatever. Super awesome. And we're like honored that you entered the competition with them. Really, really cool. Yeah, congratulations everybody. And then we should do our the random drawing now, which I'll have to remind myself what.
How many are doing? Just one?
I don't remember. Hold on. I just sound like such a friggin' flake. It's too much for my brain, y'all. We've got how many? We got two. No, we have two random drawings this time. So the first one,
two.
The first drawing will be for like a basing kit from Cyber Saint Art 40K. Several different things are in the kit.
Okay. Oh, hello. Where's my noise?
She does the little, you know.
I am spinning. It just isn't making any sound.
Spins forever. One of these days I'll actually like also have that on here.
That is Vanilla Aquila.
Oh, yay! Awesome! Yay! So, yeah, no, one of these times I'll maybe actually put the wheel on here, but as you guys can see, I'm already a little overwhelmed by all the things that are already happening, so, yeah. I'll get there. I'll get there someday. All right. Okay, so next we have a, it's an ice giant model, which is quite a bit, it's a big model from Shadow Weave Miniatures. Chris?
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I haven't got the sound on.
I'm actually making a terrain piece for Shadow Weave Miniatures right now. I forgot about that. Is it like the slowest wheel of all time?
Sorry, it gave me the same number twice.
Classic.
What are the odds?
1 in 20 something this time.
Okay, smiley pants. And that's Rubble Gump.
Rubble Gump. Oh, cool. Congratulations, dude. Very cool. Yay, yay, everybody. Congratulations,
Yay.
everyone.
Sorry.
Myself and or the sponsors will
Technical
get
difficulties.
in touch with you in the, yeah, you know, within the next day or so, roughly. And then, of course, as always, I will post the winners on Instagram. And, what else? Okay, so, yeah, right. Current theme. Current theme is mental health. So, we took a more serious turn with this month, but we've been, kind of had this one on the table for a long time, and I don't know what to say about it that I haven't already said, except for, you can depict whatever that means to you. It can be on the more serious, maybe heavier side of things, or you can share things that help your mental health. It can kind of, it really is up to you. As always, it's up to you with the interpretation. But if you have any questions or concerns about your entry, you're more than welcome to reach out to me or any of the judges, I think. But I mean, I'm definitely happy to talk with you about your entry if you'd like. I will be making a piece too. I won't be making the trophy this month because we will not be doing winners the normal way. There will be absolutely zero judging. We're just gonna do random drawings for fun, is like we always do. But yeah, no judging. So what else?
I think that's it, isn't it?
I think that's it. Yeah, Oh, I guess I'll say a little more about the book Nook. I gotta say, y'all try to make a book some point. If you ever get around to it, I think you'll really enjoy it. I really, really liked making the trophy this time. It was super fun. And yeah, I give that one away, but I think I have to make myself one just so I can be a little nerd and like those kids in the kindergarten classroom. Look at it whenever you want to. Very cool. Yeah, congratulations everyone, and thank you for entering. It's a pleasure for all of us. So, and thank you Lisa and Erik for doing the stream with me. Thank you everybody for dealing with my technical difficulties, my forgetting of everything. Yeah, and not giving me too much shit about it. I will make one now that I know what one is. I know. I imagine a lot of people have to look it up. They just started showing up on I think I started seeing them a lot on Pinterest.
Yeah, but Pinterest is a good place to find most things. But yeah, there's some pretty amazing ones out there.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the best tips Lisa ever gave me was for color inspiration. Go to Pinterest. If you're ever feeling like you just don't know what to paint something, go check that out. I have a whole folder of color inspirations saved.
Yeah. Just a word of warning, you can go from about 10 pins to 15,000.
Real quick.
No problem.
I may have just a Billy Idol folder with 500 things in it, so shh. Geek. Yes, you're welcome. The hostess with the mostest. Oh, thank you. I don't know if it's mostest, but mostest awkwardness, yes. yes, indeed. Anywho, yep. All right, I guess that's it. I'll let y'all get on with your day now. Thank you, everybody, for showing up, supporting each other, and, just generally being an awesome community of folk. It's good stuff. All right.